I'd like to say good afternoon everyone, but it is evening, so good evening everyone, welcome back to the channel. Chris Dennis here, putting specialist and short game performance coach. Today we're out here, and by the title I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to improve your putting without really changing your technique or having to think of something very complicated. So one of the biggest things, the first things I see from most amateur golfers even, when they're putting, is a lot of lower body movement. And here, whether they've got a narrow stance, I start to see a lot of hips, or whether they've got really wide, a lot of leg movement. So what I want you to do is, when you're over the putt, whether you've got a narrow stance or a wide stance, is think about pushing these knees out. So by pushing the knees out, that's locking that lower body in place, and then from there it's going to be more of my upper body making the motion. So that did miss, I didn't line that one up, so I need to take a bit more time. But from down the line we can see that what this will get people to do is, I see that they'll drop the putter inside a lot, and then from there they twist, putter comes over the top, and that ball never starts on line. Also, when people are narrow, they might twist and then the hands work separately, and they'll have a loop the reverse way. So we don't want to have any kind of loop on there. So I'm going to line this one up now after missing that one. Been on a good run with holding putts. So I get there, I make my motions. Even on your practice swings, really focus, push the legs out. Feel like you're pushing those out, keeping your legs nice and strong. Make your practice swings, and then come in, set yourself, push the legs out. That could be the last thing that you do, and then go through, let it roll. So it could be something in your routine, it's the last thing you do, you push those knees out, and that gets you a solid base. And we want to have a solid base when we're putting. It allows the upper body to do all the work, your upper body in your hands, and then from there we can get that stroke more consistent. We don't start to see big loops, we don't start to see you cutting across, starting the ball nowhere on line, and 3-putting a lot. That's what I see a lot, is people will 3-putt from that motion. So let's have a look at the second thing that we can do that's going to help you hold more putts. So the second thing here I'm going to do is I'm going to start to look at your practice swing. So I see a lot of amateurs rush up to putts very tense, start to just have a bit of a waft, and then they don't really take care, and then they get over it very quick and they lose control. Oh god, I mean, it looked like it was going in, but it's ran 7 or 8 foot past. So when you're in here and you're doing your practice strokes, I really want you to think about if you was throwing a ball. So if I was throwing a ball there and I was throwing it there, I would judge, I'd have a couple of swings, and then I'd release the ball, let it land, and let it run out. So that's what I want to do here with my putting stroke. So I want to think I'm looking at the hole, or wherever I've read that putt, I'm going to make a couple of swings. It's very rare, I haven't found anyone yet, somebody will prove me wrong, who stands here looking at the hole, having a big swing, or stands here having a very small swing. But here I'm next to the ball, I'm going to have a quick look, 1, 2, 3 without stopping. That could be 2 for you, to the ball, and then I hit that putt, and hopefully that's a much better pace. Pace very good, line, didn't read it, again I didn't take my time to line that or read it properly, but you see there, I've done my practice strokes looking at the hole and I'm visualising it, so I'm ticking boxes, you know, I'm trying to think about, right, if I've lined it up and I've done my green read, right, I really need to focus on that pace, and by visualising that, that'll work for a lot of you. It might not work for everyone, somebody else might be set on a certain backstroke length, but for me, a lot of amateurs benefit from that, taking that time on that practice swing, visualising how far it is, and then stepping in. And even on the short ones, so if I was here, I'm only 4 foot, I would still do the same, because how many people just walk up to these and hit them? I'm going to take my time, 3 strokes, and then come in here and let that roll. So a good pace, a foot past, misread again, didn't take my time on the read, but you can see there, going through your process, making sure I'm practicing my pace, that's a positive pace, it's past. You know, a lot of the times on these ones I see people get very tentative, very short. Oh god, I've whacked the first one past and then I've not hit that one hard enough. So take your time, make sure you have those practice swings, and this will help you with your distance control. Well, not having a good run on that putt. So let's have a look at the third and final thing, so something that's going to really help you again improve. So we've worked on your lower body, we've now worked on something for your distance control. let's now have a look at our final point. So the third and final point for me is grip pressure. So a lot of people ask me about grips. What grip should I use? Should I use left below right? Should I use the claw? Should I use two thumbs? Should I use conventional? Should I go to an arm lock? I have all that question, but a lot of the times I see people, especially amateurs, even pros, start to get very tense and they start to grip the club, or the putter even, too tight. From here, it all gets a little bit rigid, a little bit quick and a little bit jerky. So grip pressure is one of the big things I want to talk about. We're going to go through some different grips, and again what I'm expecting for you when you're holding a putter to be more consistent. But here's just pressure. So if I'm rating this out of 10, I want to be around about a 5. So that putter can have a little bit of swing in my hands. I can really let it go, and the putter's in control. It's not me forcing and hitting putts. So again, here there's going to be a little bit of swing in that putter. I'm not rigid and I'm not forcing it, and I'm not forcing it out and across, which I see a lot of people have holding it very strong and it all gets up and across. Here, nice and light, let it swing, and then from here I can just let that putter do the work for me. So a good way to test that for yourself is just get the putter in one hand. So have a little bit of feel. I'm in control with my right hand only, so I'm allowing it to swing just naturally. And then for most right-handed golfers, this will be the hardest one. Pop it into your left hand and just feel like you can just let that putter do all the work. The hands actually don't travel very far. So again, around about a 5 out of 10 on grip pressure. That's going to allow you to let that putter swing. Should help your pace control, should help you hold more putts, and should help you be more consistent. So guys, thank you very much for joining me under the lights. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Comment below, guys, what other things would you like to see? Would you like me to go through different grips? What kind of grips are you using? Put that below and we'll go through different grips, the myths and facts about them, what I see and what people get confused about. So guys, thanks for watching. See you again later in the week.